Hey, what's up you guys? I'm back and I'm back with my August wrap-up video. Yeah. This is what this video is about. Before I actually get into the video of like what books I read, I just want to say a fair warning. I don't give 5 stars to many books. Okay, I don't. The way I rate them is anything 2 stars and below I just didn't like. 3 stars was okay. 4 stars, in order for it to be a 4 stars, I have to want to reread it again or read it again. In order for it to be a 5 star, I will never let it go. It has a special place in my heart and it's kind of like nostalgic for me to read it, and I could read it over and over and over and over again and never get sick of it. Or some of these tropes might not be my favorite, but they could be your favorite. So we all have opinions, we all have our own personal likes and dislikes, and so let's just be nice about it and talk about books. So yeah, the first book I read, it is called 99% Mine. She is the author of The Hating Game. I did give this book a 2.5 stars. It is brother's best friend, childhood to lovers, kind of like a second chance romance. What did I like of this book? I like that it was a fast read. It was entertaining. I didn't like that it was like unnecessary drama. Like it just felt like we could just talk about this and it would have been fine. Their reactions to their situations were just blown out of proportion for me. I didn't love the brother in this. I thought he was just mean and a bully. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it just wasn't my favorite. Next I read Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I actually ordered this book back in March, and I just got it in July. I gave this book a 3.5 stars, and that's pretty good actually for me. Like it's a good book. I really liked it. I thought it was really fluffy. It's a rom-com book. It's YA. There's no spice in it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention in 99% Mine there is, I think, a scene. If you don't like spice, I personally don't. I usually skip over it. So if you don't like spice, maybe a YA book would be better. However, it is really cheesy and corny, and I literally had to put the book down because of the secondhand embarrassment from the main character. But it is boy next door, childhood friends. They weren't really lovers, like enemies to lovers. Fake dating. It has all those tropes, and in the beginning of each chapter it has a quote from a movie, and it's just the cutest thing. I didn't love the main character. I loved Wes. I think once was enough, maybe. I don't know if I would reread it. I think it did its job. It was entertaining. I actually couldn't put it down. I read it in less than a day, and that's about it. Yeah, those are my thoughts on this book. I read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I saw this everywhere, so I picked it up thinking I was gonna love it. I really like the cover of it. I think it's really cute, really pretty. It is a thick book. It's 400 and something pages. It is workplace romance, enemies to lovers, grumpy sunshine type of book. I give it a 2.5. And people love this book, and if you love it, I'm sorry, it wasn't for me. I felt like it dragged on, and I knew that I wasn't in love with it because I had to put it down and I completely forgot I was reading it. I read it in about a 2-day span, and the characters I just didn't connect with. I felt like it was very surface level. The way they talked to each other, like their banter was okay. I don't know, I just didn't love it. There is spice in this, so if you don't like spice, this is not for you. It wasn't for me. I'm sorry. I know people really love it. And Lauren Asher, I bought the second book, so I'm gonna give it a try. And I really did like Cal, the third brother, which I think is the 3rd book that's coming out next year. So maybe, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a chance. I gave it a 4.5, which means I would reread this, and I want to reread it because I think it might be a 5 star. But honestly, let's get into it. Okay. The tropes are childhood friends to lovers. It's a second chance romance. It has past and present, and it's actually like really interesting because the main character is a writer and her friend is reading a book, and she gives her the book. She starts reading it, realizes it's her and her childhood and her first love, and it's their story, and she's like, what is going on? It's really interesting. How you read about the past is you reading the book along with her. I loved that. I loved the past chapters. I just didn't love the present. I didn't love her, any of the characters in the present, actually. I didn't love her. I didn't love their reunion. I did give it a 4.5 stars. I have to reread it and really establish, like, is this a book that's gonna be, I'm gonna hold on to this book for the rest of my life, or is it just a good book? I would recommend it. Yeah, I couldn't put this book down. I definitely read it in less than 24 hours for sure. I was like reading it on my breaks. I just had to know what happened. And Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. It's a really cute cover. A lot of people compare this book to Love in Other Words, and I mean, it's a childhood friends to lovers, but I really did like it. I liked the vibe of it. I like that it was in a lake house. It's summer, so it's the perfect summer read if you like childhood friends to lovers, if you like second chance romance. This was a 4 stars. I would reread this. The only thing is that I didn't love Sam. I didn't feel their connection because they're not, I don't want to spoil it. So I did give it a 4 stars. I really did like it. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. I wanted to figure out what happened. And these 2 books, I don't really remember any spice in them. If you don't like spice, this could be a good option for you. And last but not least, I read From Lukov with Love, Mariana Zapata. I really liked the cover of this. I thought it was really cute. It's about figure skating, grumpy, because they're both grumpy. It's definitely a slow burn, though she's thick. She's pretty thick. I gave this a 3 stars. Why? Because I think reading it once was enough. How do I explain what this book gave me? The only beef I have with this book is that for me, I like dialogue. I like to visualize it in my brain. Like if we're having a conversation, like, and you just stop talking when I'm asking you a question and you're just staring at me, like, it doesn't work out in my brain. So I like finding out the story through their dialogue. I figured that out reading this book, that it was just like too much work, and I think that's why this book is so long. Didn't make me laugh. It didn't make me cry. Didn't really pull out any emotions out of me. So for that, I give it a 3 star because I didn't dislike it. Half of this book is just her cussing. Like they're both grumpy, and I feel like she tried really hard to be a baddie, I guess. There's a lot of cussing in this. I know a lot of people do love this book, as well as the fine print. They just weren't my favorite, and it's the 2 thicker books too, so I don't know, maybe it's just me. But yeah guys, those are all the books I read in August. Let me know down below what books you read. How many books did you read? I think as long as you read a book, even start a book, just read. What am I even saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm hoping that next month is a better reading month for me. I already finished a book last night, so that's 1 book. But yeah, let me know down below what books you've read, what books you loved. If you like any of these books, or any of these your 5 stars. Let me know if you agree with me. If you disagree, let me know. Just be kind about it. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.